would like to start the second plenary session. This is the last session of this Peace Forum. Of course, our theme is Peace Begins with You. I would like to ask Mr. Akio Nishikiori, who is the Vice Chair of HRC, as a Master of Ceremony for this session. He survived the atomic bomb in Hiroshima when he was 88 years old. Later, he became an architect and has been strongly involved with recovery efforts in Hiroshima and playing an important role as a storyteller of Hiroshima. In addition, he has been very active with various kinds of peace-related activities. Rotarian since 1975, Mr. Nishikiori is a vice chair of the host organizing committee of this Peace Forum. Mr. Nishikiori, please. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nishikiori. Before I start the session, I would like to introduce 7 speakers for this session. First, Ms. Tomoko Watanabe, Executive Director of ANT Hiroshima. And Ms. Nazreen Azimi, former Director of United Nations for Training and Research, Hiroshima Office. Mr. Yoshimasa Watanabe, past Director of Rotary International. And Mr. Toshio Itabashi, past Director of Rotary International. And on the other side of the table, these 3 gentlemen are leading Rotary International. Mr. Ron Burton, President-elect of Rotary International. And Mr. Gary Wan, President nominee of Rotary International. And Mr. D.K. Lee, Chairman-elect of the Rotary Foundation. Thank you very much. So this is the last plenary session of the Hiroshima Peace Forum. It also means that this is the very last session of 3 Rotary Peace Forums that were held in 3 different cities of the world. The theme is Peace Begins with You, as you know. What we'd like to do in this session is to summarize the entire forum, as well as to discuss our commitment to peace and to promise to inherit our guiding principle to the next generation. In the previous session, I am sure many of you were determined to change your daily lives. So this is my hope for this session. So first of all, I'd like to hear from Ms. Tomoko Watanabe to speak to us on peace activities as a global citizen. Ms. Watanabe is the Executive Director of NPO and Hiroshima. She is also a housewife and supporting her husband, also a mother. So she's representing all of us as an ordinary citizen. So, Ms. Watanabe, please. Good afternoon, everyone. As Nishikiori-san introduced me, my name is Tomoko Watanabe. I am the Executive Director of NPO, very small-scale NPO, ANT Hiroshima. I was born under the parents who were the victims of atomic bomb. And I grew up in Hiroshima, and I still live in Hiroshima. So I think I love Hiroshima more than anyone else. So I would like to speak to you about peace activities as a global citizen. There is, please take a look at this picture on the screen. Our activity actually started from this picture, 1945, August 6th, the atomic bomb was dropped in Hiroshima. Before the explosion, this image, this was the question, the simple question that we had. So, in the morning of August 6th, the epicenter, this is the image of the epicenter, and we chartered the helicopter with a professional photographer, and this is the picture that we took from there. I was very surprised. This looks like as if it is like a diorama. I cannot really feel people moving around. So I thought this is something the war has created. Realistically, there are people living here with dreams, with bright future. Of course, there are cars and trains running around. But from this particular picture, we can't feel that. So I thought at that time that I really need to exercise my imagination. So after the atomic bomb was dropped, Hiroshima came under fire. This is something that the picture that the victim drew. Just in a day, Hiroshima was completely devastated. People were burned, people were wounded, many people died, and some people continue to look for their family, and there are still people who are suffering from the after effects. The impact or outcome of atomic bomb was not only the radiation, but the disconnect between people and the society. This was a huge destruction. My mother, when the earthquake and tsunami happened, when Kesenuma town was burned, she said, "This just looks like Hiroshima." Still, she is making the apron to send it to the victims in Tohoku area. After the atomic bomb, this is the picture of the aftermath. There were 350,000 people living in Hiroshima back then. Within that year, 14,000 people lost their lives. I don't think we can even imagine how gray it was after the atomic bomb.
With this bombing, the immediately aftermath of Hiroshima was the image you saw, And now you are seeing a vibrant Hiroshima from this image. Hiroshima was a military center and or a city that supported militarism. However, after the war, our city became a city of advocating peace and the symbol of peace. There are a lot of people from around the world help this city. And with the help from people around the world, we are able to recover our family ties as individuals. And we become part of the global citizen. And we know that we shall not repeat the same sad experiences for other families. Just like Hiroshima are represented in these two photos. This is a death and life, a destruction and revival, and desperation and hope. With the two experiences of Hiroshima, we are transmitting the hope and transmitting the message that we can rebuild ourselves. In Hiroshima, sometimes I think, although Hiroshima is in Japan, there should never be another Hiroshima. The sad history shall not be repeated. It is our mission to promote peace, and we have to educate people about peace and expand the culture of peace. This is our mission as the citizens of Hiroshima. So, carrying our mission in our hearts, how we can prove to the people that Hiroshima can be rebuilt and human has a strong will and strong power to rebuild themselves. And we have to understand there are people with a past history that are still affecting their lives, but we would like to help those people and give them hope so there is a brighter future. This is our belief, and with this commitment, we are implementing our activities.